Good morning, it's Kim McGillis coming to you live from Regina in Saskatchewan. It is December 12th. It is 11 Central Time. And for my friends back in Ontario, it is presently noon. I think it might be actually 11:06. I'm running a little late. I slept in this morning, which never happens. I think when my husband's away, I always deviate from my regular schedule. So I went to bed a little later last night, and then it was 8:30 this morning, and I was like still in bed, and I woke up. I didn't have my watch, didn't have my phone. I always leave my phone downstairs. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm running late. Hello, Natalie. Hope you are well, enjoying the vitamin D down in Florida. I wish I was with you for sure. I hope you got to check that PDF yesterday. So I sent my PDF. It's a perk for my team members to get it for free. So if not, it is now in my little shop of tutorials. So if ever you can catch that today and go get it, it should deliver directly to your email. And if ever you don't get it directly to your email, then you could just message me. But that was kind of a fun thing to do. I am doing and featuring this class on Sunday back home. And I just wanted to say that you will be earning that for sure. If ever you're in my way, you could always join. There's two classes. There's the sentimental Christmas class, or the Christmas Friends, just because not everybody likes characters. So I made it like that. So Natalie said she did, and it's great. So lots of stuff to do. I got to get packing. I'm not sure if I'm pre-cutting for my class here or if I'm going to do it back home because I have my cardstock over there. So many people took advantage of free shipping. Raise your hand if you did. I did get some amazing orders from customers, and I just want to say a little something about that. You know, when we join as demonstrators, not everybody needs to do what I do. Often, and even myself, I joined for the discount. I wanted the discount because I wanted so many products. So when I see orders in the 200s, like I got yesterday from customers, 200s, 300s, sometimes it's a better perk to join as a demonstrator. So I just want to give you that reminder. If ever you have questions, some people are scared of joining as demonstrators, but you know, you could always shop for yourself. And that's why I joined initially. So not everybody needs to do like me. Not everybody needs to go live. Not everybody needs to do classes. But when I see large orders, of course, we all want to take advantage of free shipping, but you could have also earned that extra discount. So that's like a good point to bring out. I've never been scared of recruiting my best customers. When I see my customers ordering large orders, I always approach them with that starter kit because I think it's a better opportunity, a better money savings. They get to see the demonstrator site, they get to pre-order ahead of time. So that's my little thing just to share with you today. Hi Paul, hope you are well. So it is very sunny here, but minus 24.5 degrees Celsius. So when you're breathing in the air, like my hands were fine because I was covered, but it's like a very dry here. There's no humidity. So it's very different for me. It's my first winter here, but it's very cold. So it was kind of special. Today, I started and I prepped something with the Christmas Friends. It's the last time you'll see this collection with me today, unless you're taking a total different Funfold class this Sunday. I started making little love notes, and then I made this box, and then I started playing, oh, well, my love notes are not traditional size. So then I started making envelopes with designer series paper, and this turned into a gift card. Like, this is how my brain works. I started with a little simple project, and it turned out that I was creating a bunch of different things. I don't know if you're like me, but this is what we do. I also posted in my Kim McGillis Paper Crafting Facebook page that there are new dies that coordinate with the next 3 paper pumpkins. Obviously, there's a little sneak peek of those paper pumpkins. If you want those dies, you normally have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, but if you want those dies, you could always send me your order. I've ordered a bunch, and I've also designed a little mini class for those who want those dies. So I was just giving you a heads up. You can always message me. It is in there in that Kim McGillis paper crafting page. So I'm going to turn my screen down. We are going to create together. I'm so excited today. My pre-order is supposed to come in today. I'm so excited. And I also placed an order yesterday and I saw that it's already been shipped. So Stampin' Up is working really, really hard. Really hard, actually. I just want to pull out something here, and I have a little pooch that is sitting at the base of, just want to pull these out, a little pooch that is really right now at the base of my island here. I don't know why she wants to snuggle with me this morning. My husband also sent me a message. He's currently in Alberta and he's the superintendent in charge of canine. And he's like, yeah, they want me to bring a little girl back, a little puppy. I was like, cause she has to feed by the bottle and that sort of thing. I'm like, oh my goodness. We hardly could do anything just with Riley here. I could just imagine having a baby puppy at the house. So she is supposed to be trained with the RCMP as a dog, but I don't know why. I think she's going to a family instead. So Chris is like, I was like, well, are you going to bring her on the flight or something? And is it just to feed her by the bottle, or are we going to take her permanently? So I think he was joking, but anyways, I just find it crazy. We love our dog, but we just prevent from doing lots of stuff. So, okay, I'm just going to log in here to see your comments if ever you have joined me. So I think tomorrow is going to be my last day creating Christmas projects. I think I'm moving on to other things. So I'm not sure if you're ready for that or not, but that's where I'm going. Okay, I'm here now. Oh, I don't like that glare, so I'm just going to close this light off right here. So I've already cut up all my little critters. How cute are they? And then as I was creating, I made this cute box this morning that coordinated with all the colors that we've worked with this week. So when I made this, now it coordinates with that. This is always why I start things. And then I made these 2 cards. And now I started thinking, okay, well, I want to make a box and some love notes. So I started playing around, and then these are just from the dollar stores, but I just thought that, oh, it's going to be cute if I start adding a little box. And oh, I did it on the opposite side. See, I'm still asleep here. So we're just going to go here on the opposite side. And these are Velcros. I love to do this. You know me, stationaries, love notes, love boxes. So that was my first project. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do this box, but it needs like little love notes cards. And I think I'm going to embellish it with a snow globe for the cover. But I just thought I wanted to take a bow designer series paper. And I just thought that this would be cute. So then I already pre-made these little critters from our Christmas friends, and I used the Early Espresso, again, that same ink. And then I made some little love notes. So they're just basic white love notes, and the size that you would want to get is, I've cut them at 5.5, scored them at 2 3/4. And then on the opposite side, it's 4 3/4. So I made a bunch of these. And then I thought to myself, well, now I need some layers. So then I started making some layers to add on top. So just basic white once again, because I wanted really some distinctive plain cards to go in my little box. So these are a little shy. I didn't go at 2.5. What I did is I went at 2, 3, 4, 5 at 2 5/8 instead, because I wanted it to fit right inside. If you want 2 1/2, you could go a little smaller, but I just found that my critters were so large, my characters, that I needed to go at the 5/8 mark. So that's what I did for that. And then on the opposite side, I also went, it's like 2 lines before the 4 3/4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same thing. So it's 4 5/8. So you would need 4 of these. So 2 5/8 by 4 5/8. Okay, so you would need 4 because we want to make the project for all of them. So these will just go on top here. I'm just going to set these aside for now. And then I wanted to take advantage of all these greetings. So there are only 3. So 2 cards will have to say happy holidays. And then I want to use my owl, be thinking of you this season, and have a very Merry Christmas. So just going to pull the happy holidays here. And I'm going to stick with early espresso just for that contrast. Or actually, should I do Poppy Parade? I need your opinions. Should I do Poppy Parade or should I stick with early espresso? Not too sure. Let's see. Any comments here? Sometimes I see comments, sometimes I don't. Puppy snuggles are the best. Always ready for something new, Paul said. Haha. So what do? I need your opinion. Am I going to go with Poppy Parade and stick? Nah, you know what? I'll do early espresso and I think it's going to be cute. So if I know our bear is going to go here. I believe the owl has its own greeting as well. So this one could go here. So these 2 have their own greetings. And then, oh, just the fact that it's popped up, it looks so cute. Paul is saying Poppy Parade. I saw it too late. It sucks. I saw it too late. Anyways, we could do some Poppy Parades as well. So I was like, I need to use the extra greetings, so that's why I decided to do so. But then I can't wait to show you the next thing I made. So we're gonna do an early espresso just because I said I was gonna do early espresso, but anyways, you could always do Poppy Parade, you could do Old Olive, you could do Garden Green, whichever you want. So, and I'm just aiming. If ever you have some washi tape, it's crooked a little bit, but it's still okay. If ever you have some washi tape, you could put a layer of washi tape just underneath and then just measure like how you're going to be adding that stamp image, and then it's going to make a straighter image. So I could flip it on the opposite side if I wanted to, if I'm not satisfied. I have to say that when you look at the stamp set itself, it's kind of hard to gauge it a little straighter, but washi tape underneath would be the perfect thing to do. So if I'm going like this, let's see, I'll try it again. I just now see it's still a little crooked, but it's still okay though. Which one do I prefer? I think I'll go with this one. And then we have our owl image here. I just love how they stand out. There was like back in the day a stamping McJig that you could have used as well. I sold mine. I'm not like a person, I love to be perfectionist a little bit, but I don't need to have it super, super perfect. So I wasn't using my stamping McJig. It was something that Stampin' Up had like years ago, like many years ago. Okay, so now we're going to do the owl one. And then the owl might just fit in. But having all of these as note cards, it's kind of cute when you're building a collection. And then, you know, I'll take some pretty pictures to see them all with the box. Great gift to have. So I'm gonna just do this, and then I'm gonna add myself one last piece just because when I was creating, I did the other projects. So your insert is really 2 5/8. Do that here. And then on the opposite side is the 4 5/8. And you'll see where I'm going with this. Once I started playing, I was like, I need to add a little more, and then I need an envelope and that sort of thing, and that's where the rest comes. So this is 5 5/8, and then I'm gonna bring it at 4 3/4. On the 5/8 side, you wanna cut it at 2 3/4. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just making and building a fourth one because I use my other one. So now our little mouse is gonna go here. It's super tiny. Could you see them all? Yeah, you can. Like even in an early espresso type of color, it's still cute. Like not even colored, but of course you would want to color them all because it's just gonna look better. But so the mouse is also gonna get a happy holiday here. Perfect. And now we could add our dimensionals. Lots of dimensionals. So I'll do the mouse first. Then I'm gonna do my owl. If you wanted to add a pop of color, you could always use your blending brush and add some colors at the back. I just want a basic white on basic white. And look how cute these are. They just stand out. So you know that I have the dies. When I was adding the products that I use with my tutorial, I noticed that the stamp set is on sale as well as the dies. It's not just the dies on sale, the stamp set is as well. So that's kind of fun, great deal. So now we have the owl, and then we'll do our moose right here. And I just kept the same basic colors for all of them. So now I'm gonna use my card base. If you like lots of colors, I suggest you could do the Poppy Parade, you could do the pumpkin pie, what am I saying this morning? Old Olive, Garden Green, whichever color you want that coordinates with your designer series paper. I'm doing a tone on tone. I do love to do that once in a while. So I'm just gonna go right here, and it's just adding that little border right here. And then I'm gonna show you, so these I would color with Crumb Cake, the same colors that I used yesterday, Poppy Parade, Old Olive. There is no Garden Green, so I can't do that one, but the rest I can. So we're gonna do this one right here. So we have two right here. Now I'm gonna do this one. Do you flip your cardstock when you don't like an image like I did right there? I just flip it on the opposite side. When I'm teaching a class, I always say there's no mistakes. You could just flip your cardstock. Kind of a fun thing to not waste. So now we have this one right here. And now we have our last, which I think I cut a little shorter because I was planning on doing something else. No, it's perfect. So we're just gonna do the moose one as well. So what brings me to the next project once I'm done here is I was like, oh, I'd love to make my own envelopes because they're not a traditional size. They're 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. I was like, oh, I would so love to make my own envelopes. But look how cute this is. Like, simply darling. So, so cute. Just gonna add some Poppy Parade. This one is the light one, and I do love to add some contrast on the top layer. So do you have, when you do gift cards, do you have a gift idea of what you would do? So the Poppy Parade, the light one has more of like a pinkish tone. So now I'm gonna bring in just a little bit of the red because I just find it a little too light. I feel like this is much better. And I don't know if these are little Christmas balls, but they're gonna be red as well. This one, just gonna add, I'm using the dark one, 2, 3. We've colored this guy earlier this week. 1, 2, 3. So because I'm using the same colors, it makes it very a quick coloring. If we wanted to, we could just color a couple of items and then leave the rest white, which is just giving it a pop of color. So right now what I'm doing is just a Poppy Parade. I just find it's a beautiful bright red and it looks great for the holidays. Huh, Paul is a genius. He had the same idea as I did by just adding a simple color on one of the images. That's so funny that we both thought of the same thing. But when you look at them, it's kind of cute to just see one element. So if you look at these, they do kind of look cute, just like that. I don't know if they stand out on your end, but they do on mine. So now I'm just gonna add some garden green. I didn't really want to use my tip. Sorry, this one is Old Olive, the light one. Garden green doesn't have a stamping blend. And then when you color, do you use your wide tip, your fine tip? Which one do you use? For myself, it depends on the image and the speed of what I want to make. So for sure, when there's a lot of details, I love to use my fine image. But then today I want to go a little faster than usual. So I'm using my wide tip, which doesn't do any perfection, but there is a color lifter, right? The color lifter, what it does, it lifts the color off. So if ever you make mistakes, like in this little area, I could just take my color lifter to lift that color off, which I do sometimes. I tend to do that. And then I'm just gonna add, ooh, this tip is old. So I'm gonna use my fine tip, and this one is the dark Old Olive. Just gonna add some in here. So the only two colors that I wanna use next is Crumb Cake and look how cute. Paul is saying as well, it depends how big the area he's coloring. And once again, they only have their accessories that are colored, and it does look and it stands out. Now, I like to put my blend in my stamping storage like this, and they're all identified with which color they are. So it makes it easier for me to stay organized. I don't know if you have any organizational tips, but I find that that works great for me. If ever I could just pull the entire rack of blends. And of course, yeah, that's why I joined. I wanted every single color. So I have them all there. The only thing is I didn't identify my colors for the new in colors, which I should do. Now this Stampin' Storage does come in white now, so I wish I had it in white, but mine is super old. And every Christmas I used to add one layer. Of course, it is expensive because it comes from the United States, so to ship in Canada, they could get a little pricey, but it was a gift from me to me. So this is the light crumb cake. And for the bear, I'm just keeping him white, but I am gonna add a couple of darker features around his face, around his neck, where the fur stands out, but I am gonna leave him white. So it is gonna be quick, so bear with me here. Bear with me. Does that sound awesome? Same thing, my little owl is gonna stay white. So I'm just gonna add a couple of colors right here. So this has been such a great and surprising collection for me to play with, just because I normally don't do little characters, but surprisingly, they were fun to play with. And the possibilities, when you have a lot of characters, it's kind of nice to do all four. So you don't need to think crazy. It's the same design. It's just that we're adding a bunch of color. That's all. So this is the little mouse, and you see that he's standing out. So now I'm using the dark crumb cake, and I wanted to keep it as 4 basic colors, so then you didn't have to buy lots of them. And then this little face here with the brown, because I find that the dark crumb cake has like this mousy look. Here we go. And we have the little feet. Just gonna add a little bit of color here and here. Perfect. My bear, I think it's fine. I think he's looking good. And then we're just gonna do the blades of our skates right here. And on the opposite side. And then lastly, the only last thing that I need to do is I'm gonna be using the light pecan pie, and I'm gonna use my white tip so this goes a little quicker than I would want to. There we go. So Paul is saying that his wife numbered the ink pads to make it easier to put pack. She has started to do that with the cardstock. Whoa, I would love to see what that looks like. Numbering them. See, what I started to do is identifying my stamp set. Like I want to make sure that the stamps, which catalogs they come from. And then I want to know the price of them, if they're online exclusive, if they're from a mini catalog. That I've done for sure, and they're all in different sections. So that to me is very important. My cardstock, it's not too bad because I put them in a rainbow color system. Are you doing the color family, Paul, or are you doing or anybody else? Like I decided to place them in rainbow colors. So all my reds are at the beginning, then it goes with pinks, and I did the same thing with my markers. So here we have it. So sorry, that was a little long. But what I wanted to say is these are kind of cute on their own. And you could color, take your time and that sort of bit, and then add them in the box with a special ribbon, and it makes like a cute little hostess gift once again. So I could just go ahead and take my ribbon and make a large bow and add a top greeting saying Merry Christmas or that sort of thing. But it would be just a cute gift. Very cute gift to hand in. We all need love notes. Cards here in Canada are so pricey. You don't, it's like $10 or more for a card. So how cute would it to be just handing in a bunch of different love notes? Oh boy. Now, as I'm talking to you, I see my husband sending me puppy pictures because about the puppy that needs to be bottle fed, etc. So, oh boy. Now, if I wanted to, I could also cut a different image and add one of the characters on the top. I think I'm just going to add a simple greeting right on the bottom here, let it hang, and maybe use that red and white twine and then just let it dangle right here. So off to my next project is, I was thinking, okay, Kim, you have these cute love notes, but they don't have any envelope to fit them in. And then it brought me to a very different direction. So I made these, which are kind of cute. And then inside, you could just add a gift card. And I just want to show you how to make this. It's kind of fun. And I thought we all have gift cards. So if you want more puppy pictures, you could still cut it a little shorter, add this on your cover if ever. So we could add one of these, and that's probably what you'll see once you see my card. You'll have a little bit of red, and then one of the characters are going to be on here. And then these pull out, and then the gift card is inside. So let me show you how I made this. And I'm going to make it in a different color, just because it's going to be more fun. Okay, so let me grab this one. So this is a 6x6 piece of paper. And really initially what I did is I just folded it in half. Now he's sending me movies about the puppy. Oh boy. My daughter's gonna be like, yeah, bring a puppy home. Okay, so just like this, I just stretched it on the long side. I did do mine a little shorter. If you don't want to do shorter and you want that full length, you could do so as well. Second thing that I did is, you know, we've been using lots of the perennial dies, perennial postage dies. So said to myself, I need something to be able to cut my ribbon. So I just took this image from the perennial postage dies. It's like a die cut, and it could still cut both layers. So that's what I did for that. And this is what it looks like. So it's perfect for ribbon, to slide your ribbon in. I'm gonna bring my little cutting machine right back. Trimmer, paper trimmer, just grab this section. So mine was at 5-inch. This is a 6-inch piece of paper. So up to you what you wanna do. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cut it at 5.5. I'm gonna leave this strip on the side. And now I'm gonna do like a 1/4 and just create a fold right here. So this is at about 1/4 inch. I'm gonna take my scissors here and I'm gonna remove one section. So you could do this with any size. I am showing you a specific size, but really you could do it at any size. Then you're gonna take a bead of glue. It's gonna be a very fine piece or bead of glue. You want it to go on the actual edge. I'm also, you know, that 1/4 inch line, I'm gonna add some right in there too. now I'm just gonna fold this like this, and then this edge is gonna fold right on top here. So it's like a little envelope. So for yourselves, all my little cards that I made can be tucked in here. So you can tuck them inside if you want. And then just add a little bow and embellish them, and then you could do them in a bunch of different colors. But while I'm doing this, I thought to myself, why not do a gift card holder? So you'll need a little piece of cardstock, and we're gonna do just a piece of white. So since this piece is 3 inches, I could still go, don't do 275 or 2 3/4, like just go at 5/8. And the reason why is because if it's too snug, it won't slide in. So you want it to make it slide in. So by doing 2 5/8, you'll have a better gauge of sliding it in and out. And then my length, remember I said 5, so this one is going to be at 4 3/4. So 2 5/8 by 4 3/4, and it slides perfectly. So now what you'll do is you'll grab your ribbon, any kind of ribbon that you have, and you're just going to bring your ribbon like this. You want to kind of have a long ribbon just because you want to be able to tuck it in inside and also make that bow. So now it's in. So if you have lots of gift cards to make, this would be a great way of making these. So if you want, you could also just tie a knot with the red and white baker's twine, but I need to tuck it in here. I'll flip it on the other side, and I also need to tuck my ribbon in here. So to make it a little bit different for today, instead of doing that knot on the top part, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that twine. So this is a great way of using your extra designer series paper. So if you have lots of designers paper, this would be a great envelope maker. Here we go. Perfect. Now, I did do mine a little longer because initially I thought I was going to do a bow, but now I've changed my mind. So I'm just going to snip these off, and I could just use them for something else. There we go. So you want to cut them in an angle, and maybe a different angle for each. Perfect. So now it will just pull out like this, and then you could add on the inside your gift card, and I just use some dimensional and just tuck it in there so it fits perfectly. And then if you wanted to, you could just add some of the images that we colored a little earlier on, and then just add them to the front of your card. So any of the characters would be kind of cute just to add down here. So let me see, I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna add a little bit more glue. So either option would work great. I'm gonna hide that little. So it's a lot sturdier when you have that gift card on the inside, but then I just wanted to show you how it's quickly done. So for me to give a gift card, this would be a great option. Or if ever I want to give a collection of cards, then I could just design my little box and add every single character in there. And I could have tucked this part on the inside, but I just chose not to because I wanted to be able to show the beautiful paper that is very different. So great options, great way of making simple images, gift card, love notes, but it's kind of fun. So I hope you liked my project today. Very simple. It started with little love notes and then it transformed itself into these cute character designer series paper card holders. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.